Here is my Wednesday DCEU update. All right, the merger did finalize at the end of last week, and oh my gosh, there have been a lot of rumors just floating around for the last week, and I'm going to cover all of that stuff today. But first, I'm going to talk about something that I didn't mention in my last video that I found out about right after I had finished my video. David Zaslav actually came out and had a pretty decent interview, and in that interview, he said that Batman versus Superman is a masterpiece. All right, that actually means quite a bit. He has talked about in the past how important the Trinity is to the DC universe and how he loves these characters. Now, he has a lot more to deal with than just the Warner Brothers aspect of this. He now is, the owner of CNN and just the whole media division down there at Discovery. But he does have a love for these characters and said he is going to be working heavily with the movie division. And with him coming out saying he's, a huge supporter of Batman versus Superman and loves that movie, tells you a lot. And this could bode well for us in the future. So I wanted to get that out there because that information came out right after I did that video. And I didn't feel like it was worthy of getting on and doing a video just on that. So I figured I'd open this video with that comment that David Zaslav made. Now let's talk about all of the rumors that have been floating around. Now this is crazy. Everything I'm about to talk about is rumor, and I'm going to finish this by talking about two things that are not rumor. One is directly DCEU related. The other is somewhat related. All right, so let's talk about these rumors. One of the first things I saw was that David Zaslav understands how important Batman is, and he wants to make Ben Affleck the tentpole of the DCEU. Now, that's not necessarily the case. All right, there was one Twitter person who posted this, and people have been sharing it, liking it, retweeting it, that sort of a thing. There is no truth to that rumor at all because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And I guarantee you that whatever is happening behind the scenes has started long before this merger went down. On the other hand, I've seen them say he wants to reboot Superman because Superman is the tentpole of the DCEU. I just saw this being floated around Twitter yesterday. And again, that's not true either. Again, whatever's been planned has been in motion long before the merger happened. And they haven't divulged those details yet. But we know there's a lot going on behind the scenes, which hopefully we will hear about sooner rather than later. So let's talk about the next rumor, which I would love to be true, but is definitely a rumor. There is somebody who got on Twitter and did mention that it specifically says, and I'll post it here on the video, that this is rumor. They even admit this is rumor, that Discovery plans to bring in Zack Snyder, the greatest of all time, to coordinate the DCEU in place of Walter Hamada. Oh boy, wouldn't that be awesome if that was true? This is rumor. At least they admit it's rumor. A lot of people don't. They won't come out and say it's rumor. They'll put this out there as fact, but that is definitely a rumor. But it's something I personally would love to see happen. I think he could be the head of, the movie division for DC. He's got a great vision. He knows what he wants to do, and it would be great for him to take control, but is just a rumor at this stage. So what other rumors do we have here? So the next rumor, this one is interesting as well. Now, I've seen this reported by several different places. It says Warner Brothers Pictures has reportedly fired Patty Jenkins from the Wonder Woman franchise. Now, I will tell you that this is not the first time that this rumor has floated around. We've seen this same rumor float around in the past after the first Wonder Woman, especially after the second Wonder Woman when she was going to go direct the movie for Star Wars. But she's been cut loose from the Star Wars project, and she is officially back to do Wonder Woman 3. And I have seen nothing to back up that claim that she has been fired by Warner Brothers. I will tell you that the big difference between the first Wonder Woman and the second Wonder Woman movie is that Zack was heavily involved in the first Wonder Woman. I can't even talk today. I talk for a living and I can't even speak today. The first Wonder Woman movie. He was the brainchild of the No Man's Land scene, and he was the brainchild of everything that happened shortly thereafter with all the action. He was there to help coordinate all of that stuff. He was not there for the second movie at all. This is after Warner Brothers had parted ways with him, and Patty Jenkins was basically left on her own without that influence, and that's where the movie changed. So if anything, they should get those two back together to do the third one. But that is also a rumor. Now let's talk about a couple of things that are not rumor. First of all, the writer of the Superman project that is going to star Michael B. Jordan and is supposed to be an HBO Max miniseries or exclusive, they are about to turn in their first draft. That has been confirmed, and that is expected to be in sometime this week for the first draft of that project. Now, some people are running with this information saying this is proof that they're going to reboot the Superman franchise. That is not what is happening here. If you all remember when this all went down and they announced this last year, there was a lot of, they were saying he was going to replace Henry Cavill, and they came out and said that is not the case. He is going to be Calvin Ellis from a different world, and that this would be its own contained story, and he won't be Kal-El. So they did come out and confirm that late last year, and so this is not tied to the overall DCEU, but there isn't anything saying that they might not bring that into the fold, and we will have multiple Supermen at some point in the future. I think it would be amazing to see someone like Michael B. Jordan be Superman, have Henry Cavill come back, be Superman, and also have Sasha Calle, who's going to be playing Supergirl, have her come in and have them do a movie together. I think the more the merrier. I think that would be an incredible thing to see happen on screen. But as of right now, they are all separate projects, and we're going to see where that leads. Let me get back to another rumor, too. There is a rumor, and I've seen this floated around in a few places as well, that there is a scene at the end of the Flash movie where the Flash has a conversation with Aquaman, which confirms that Henry Cavill has been erased from the timeline entirely and that he is not part of the timeline going forward. Again, just a rumor. Now, this last thing that is fact is something that is not directly DCU related, but does involve Ezra Miller. So Ezra Miller was in an altercation a few weeks ago, and this was all over the news, with a couple in a bar, and they actually filed a restraining order on him. Well, a court has dismissed that restraining order, and there have been a lot of details that have come out since saying he probably had a reason to get into an altercation with them. And so we're going to see where this leads in the future, but it has been dropped by the courts. He is not getting dragged into court. He does not have a restraining order on him. It has all been dismissed by the judge and by the courts, which tells us there's something happening behind the scenes. And this could have been, something that somebody did just to do a hit job on him, possibly to get him out of the movies or whatever it might be. There's no way to know. Maybe it was genuine, maybe it wasn't, but everything at this stage is indicating that this was either a setup or that it was not what the media made it out to be. So we're going to see where that leads. They have come out, and Warner Brothers did refute that report that I talked about last week that said we had no such meeting about Ezra Miller, and that is just something somebody decided to put out there for everybody to read, and it caught hold. And they said there's no truth to it. So there are a lot of rumors floating around. And that's the bottom line of this video today, is that there are rumors flying around everywhere. And you cannot believe anything that anybody tells you. Which reminds me, I'm going to talk about my favorite person here, Grace Randolph, here in a minute, because there is something with her as well. But you cannot believe what people tell you. You cannot believe what Grace Randolph tells you. You cannot believe what any of these other scoopers tell you. Scoopers are out there just to get people to watch their videos. I'm here to give out real information, and if I talk about rumor, I'm definitely going to mention it's rumor. I'm never going to get on here and rope you guys into something that I made up or I'm trying to push a narrative. That is not what I am here for. I am here to bring people real information and talk about what I'm seeing out there and what is happening. But let's talk about Grace Randolph. This is interesting. There are people that are getting banned from following her because they keep posting these old videos. There was a video that came out shortly after Man of Steel where she was calling for Zack Snyder to be fired from the DC movies, that he was the weak link in the chain and he needed to be let go. And this video has been passed around, and she is blocking anybody who posts that video. She doesn't want that out there. So she is someone who just blows in the wind with the information. And I don't follow her, but I'll tell you what, a lot of the people that I do look at and some of the things I see with Restore the Snyderverse and everything, they do mention her and show her stuff. She also came out and made a comment that the Snyderverse is not coming back and we're not going to get Justice League 2 and 3 because it simply didn't perform well enough on HBO Max and didn't bring in the subscribers that they were expecting. And she just said it as a matter of fact and put down all the fans. Here's the truth about that. She's right and she's wrong. One of the reasons I signed up from HBO Max from day one is I wanted to support them because they were going to get Zack Snyder's Justice League. So when it first came out, may not have brought on a bazillion members, I think most of the viewers came on in the first place because of Zack Snyder's Justice League was going to be shown and they wanted to support the app. I heard a lot of people say they were going to get rid of it after they watched Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I think a lot of those people in the first place were there specifically because they were going to carry. That was one of the big tent poles that they started the streaming service with. And this movie, they never gave out numbers, and she's acting like it didn't bring in big numbers. It was watched a lot. It was there was a post I saw the other day in the UK where they put up Zack Snyder's Justice League for sale on 4K and Blu-ray, and they had some Funko figures with them, and it sold out within 20 minutes. And so I remember trying to find Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it wasn't easy to find it on 4K because everything was selling out everywhere when it got released. So to say that this was not bringing in the numbers and the stuff that Warner Brothers was looking for is just, it's a fallacy. It's something she's made up in her mind and is there trying to put down the fans. So you've got to ignore the noise, look at the facts, look at what's really happened and not what somebody actually tells you. All right, so as more information comes out, I will be doing these weekly updates, and if there is breaking news, I will be bringing it to you guys. So hang tight, stick to my channel, and I will be bringing updates as they come out. All right, we'll see you guys on the next video.